What's up, y'all? I'm just chilling outside. It's not nearly as cold as it was yesterday, but it's pretty fucking cold. The roads are really slick. The sidewalks are really slick. I just sat here this morning just smoking cigarettes and watching people like eat shit along my sidewalk, and it was fun. I'm really like shaky, caffeine and lack of food. So I apologize, and I don't know. Maybe when it starts to get nicer out, I don't know what's with this lighting. It looks kind of. When it starts to get nicer out, I'll make more videos outside and set up like a little table, and prop my phone up and party and bullshit. Check out my shirt. It's pretty cool. I'm smoking a clove. I don't know if you could see it. It says black. But you can get them from the tinderbox. It's like cloves that you're actually inhale. Well, I don't think you're supposed to inhale it. I think you're supposed to like puff it into your mouth and then blow it out. But I actually inhale because I'm, I just like to. I like to inhale. I don't know what the point of this video is. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh-wee. There's really no purpose to half of my videos because I'm just bored and I like to feel like I'm talking to somebody even though I'm really just talking to my phone, to a piece of technology. And maybe there's someone on the other end listening. Maybe my phone is tapped. Went to bed at like 4 in the morning because I was up doing the fucking YouTube thing and then just like inspired to just tell more stories, and I do have a lot more to come. Hopefully it's entertaining and maybe a bit eye-opening to hear some of the stuff I've been through and continue to go through. So I'm not gonna lie, there's people stalking my house right now. Not at this very moment that I'm aware of, but like lately, my sister Taylor stayed at my house and watched over it while I was in Minneapolis. And she's like, dude, this fucking truck keeps driving by, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, does the truck look like this? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I know exactly who that is. And like, I called the cops and was like, hey, this motherfucker is like stalking my house. It's scaring my sister. It's scaring me. They need to like get a life and leave me alone. And they're like, oh, how is that possible? Because this guy's been in jail for a few weeks. And I'm like, interesting. And then I get back from Minneapolis and I actually see this truck, and it slowly pulls up the street and it like turns into like behind this fence, and it parks for a minute, and then it like slowly comes back, And like, yeah, it kind of scares the fuck out of me when I'm like alone at home at night, like all defenseless, and there's people creeping by. But at the same time, like, stalkers are just stalkers, and if they don't have the balls to get out of their car and say some shit or do some shit, then that's all they're gonna do is just watch you. And it's not fun for me. I don't get off on that. And then there's this black car that continuously drives by. And I've seen it like 3 or 4 separate times. And it like, the first time I saw it, it like pulled into the alley and stopped for like a good 15-20 seconds. And it just stopped. And I stared out my window at it. And they stared back at me. And then they pull up down the street and they stop for like 2 minutes, and then they back out and pull back around into my alley, and I can see their face. Like, I can't make it out. I have no idea who it is, but they're staring at me and I'm staring back at them for like 10 seconds, and they slowly drive away. And the other night, my friend slash manager from work was over, and I told him about it earlier. I was like, yeah, there's people fucking stalking my house. Like, I'm not just being paranoid. Yes, I am. I do get paranoid because I don't trust people. And I've had a lot of people steal from me and hurt me and, like, all kinds of bullshit. But this black car, we're sitting outside smoking a cigarette, and this black car pulls up, and it stops in my alley, and they're staring at me. And I'm like, Shane, I wasn't fucking kidding when I said people are like, watching me. And I'm just really glad you're here right now to witness this, because this is fucking weird. I gotta light this again. Anyway, I think the reason why is because when I get really manic, psychotic like I was, I don't just stir the pot. I blend the pot. I fucking blend it with one of those ninja choppy thing. Like, I fuck shit up. Like, there's this author, and his name is Eckhart Tolle, and he has a best-selling book called The Power of Now. And my favorite book by him is called A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. And in those books, he talks about this thing called a pain body. So what that is if like something really painful or traumatic happened to you in your past, sometimes like we bury that inside, but like, if something happens in your current reality that like brings that back into action, you relive it over again. And so when I'm going through one of my episodes, I relive like my traumas, and I relive all of the shit that's happened to me and the people that have fucked me over, and I like start to hate them again, and I like start to go after them again in some sort of like strange way. Anyway, I guess I probably said some things to people that I shouldn't have said, and that in my right mind I would have never said, because I'm not, like, intrinsically, I'm not really a mean person unless I have to be. But you get me in a state where I haven't slept in God knows how long, and I'm gonna act out in a certain way, and like, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Typically, I take all the paid full events and all the people who hurt me, that I don't like, whatever. I take all of that like anger and that resentment and the pain, and I like stuff it. I repress it deep down. So when I explode into one of my episodes, it's like an atomic bomb. Like, I'm on a warpath and I'm burning every fucking bridge in the way. And I've lost a lot of friends because of it. But ultimately what it comes down to is those people don't belong in my life anyway. You know, I even said some really mean shit to people I care about a lot this last time. And although I apologize, there's no taking back, like, the things I said to them. Oh, God. I'm so sick of... For fucking Christ's sakes, I'm so sick of smoking cigarettes and everything else. But it's like, I can't fucking stop. I can't stop. Even when I'm like hacking my lung out, I like light up another one, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense. But, you know, one of these days I'll quit. And then when I do smoke cigarettes, this little crease in between my eyebrows kind of like reveals itself even more. But when I like use my vape, like, I've got essentially like no wrinkles. So yes, smoking does age you. Drugs do age you. Not getting enough sleep ages you. You're gonna age anyway and die, so whatever. But I enjoy my youth. I'm glad I have it. My biggest fear in life is growing old. And I just hope I'm comfortable enough with who I am and with the people around me and the life that I have created for myself, that I will be a happy old lady and will someday die in my sleep very peacefully. Or die of lung cancer, you know, if I keep this shit up, like, at this rate. A pack or more a day lately. I mean, I've been stressed, and I lost my vape, which they say isn't too good for you, but I definitely feel better when I vape. Like, my vitality is stronger, like, I don't run out of breath so easily, I don't smell bad, like, so I kind of prefer vaping. Plus I can do it indoors and I don't have to go out in the fucking cold and brave it and smoke a cigarette or a clove. I'm always like hyper aware of everything that's around me when I come outside. Even when I come home from work, I like take out my headphones and I listen for noises and make sure there's like no one in my house. I know it's like paranoia at its finest, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather be aware, which is why I don't drink anymore. I don't do drugs. God damn it, stop calling me. Ignore. I'll call you back. Ignore. But I prefer life this way. I'm really glad I kind of took all the substances out of the picture. I haven't done meth in over a year and a half. My last coke binge was 4 months ago. Haven't touched that shit since. And then drinking just doesn't appeal to me anymore. Okay, this guy's walking. This guy's walking by. I'm gonna see if he slips and falls. I'm fucking evil. Like, I just like get off on like watching people on my sidewalk trying not to eat shit, and it's fun for me. I like people watching. There was this one time, and I felt like such a creep, but I was in Yankton in the mental hospital there, and it was like a little over a month ago. And I would be on the phone with like my family and friends, and I'd be so distracted I wouldn't even listen to what they say. I would just be like watching what's going on around me, because there's just like a ton of crazy, interesting people there, and I just like to watch them. And so one day I was like really bored. It was like after dinner, and I come out of my room because I'm just like, I have nothing to do. I didn't feel like reading my book. I didn't feel like going on a walk. So I like I stood by this pillar thing with my arms crossed, and I just stared at everyone. And one of the staff there, he sees me and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I was there for like 45 seconds, just like staring at everyone. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm just people watching." He's like, "That's really fucking weird." And I'm like, "You're right, that's really fucking weird." So I like went back in my room and I like shut myself in there and felt like ashamed. I was like, "Wow, you're fucking creepy." And he never let me live that down. He'd always bring it up. I'm like, sorry. People are interesting. Where's my lighter? Oh shit, this video is already 17 minutes long. I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys have a good day.